Greetings, beautiful friends. Happy Monday to you. Here we are getting back on track with our inner compass forecast for the week ahead. I'm back from my travels and grateful to be having this time with you because we are in the final week of July. How has this month been for you? If you've watched these sessions before with me, you know that I like to kind of come in here and riff a wee bit about the phases of the moon that's affecting us as we move forward, and then we'll pull some cards to just really help us collectively to feel fully into the energies we are in, the times that we're in. Feel into, for a wee moment, how has this month been for you? You know, when I look at the whole month of July, in some respects, it feels like it went by in a blink. But in other respects, it feels like there was 2 or 3 months packed in. How does that show up for you? Take a deep breath. You see, as we get in touch with our inner guidance, our inner wisdom, it's always there. The lunar effect that we're stepping into comes in on the 29th. It's the micro full moon in the sign of Aquarius. This is the third and final micro full moon of 2026. And when we have full moons, it's like nothing gets to hide. The full light of the moon illuminates who you are, what you've been working on. But with it being in the sign of Aquarius, there's a sense here. There's a very strong sense here that as we're past halfway, but past halfway through 2026. So 2026, from a universal point of view, is a 1 year. So this is us planting seeds. This is us on that upward spiral of becoming more and more connected with who we truly are at the core. What does that feel like for you? How is that showing up? And so with this micro full moon, there may be pieces that you get confirmation on, that the thoughts, the words, the decisions, the directions that you've been following, that you've been trusting, but other people kind of go, oh, you're making stuff up, or I don't quite get that, or fill in the blanks. I don't know about you, but sometimes we have to stay quiet about what we feel is the correct way because other people around us may not quite get it. The energies we are in right now are helping us see, guess what? You have been correct. You have been following the guidance, the inner voice, your inner compass. I trust that makes sense. Sorry. If anything I say on these sessions discombobulate you, confuse you, or you need a wee bit more guidance or support, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. But let's now get into the flow of this energy, this time of innovation, this time of letting go, that which you are no longer identified with. Where is your truth? Where is your direction? How is your inner compass directing you and showing you and guiding you? And are you calibrating to it? And that can be really soft and quiet and gentle. But the clarity that we're stepping into, you know, the other part about this, the clarity we're stepping into is we're coming into Leo season and we have the Lion's Gate energy to step into. Lion's Gate is 8th of August. We have the 8-8 and it's very potent this time around. Many people are calling it the 888 energy, meaning it's 8th of August, 8th month, but if you add all of those digits together, 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6, 2026, it comes to 8. So this feels like, feel into this with me for a moment, it feels like a very potent gateway. Maybe even sometimes people are describing this as a timeline shift. Feel into that. Let it coalesce and show up for you in your right way. I can't tell you what your right way is, but my intention with these conversations with you is to really allow you to just take a wee pause, and ask my favorite question. How does this make me feel about me? How does this this choice, this situation, this environment, this decision, how does it make me feel about me? This allows you to get in touch with your inner guidance, with your inner wisdom. Truth be told, it's always there. We just need to remember to just take a wee moment to allow us to feel that certainty, that clarity, that guidance. Okay, so take a nice deep breath. The first deck of cards that I use for these sessions is my own letting go guidance deck. When we have the energies of a full moon, it's time to let something go. Like I said, the full light of this moon, micro full moon and all, what can we look at letting go of? Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Assumptions or expectations. Where do assumptions or expectations show up for you? Do you get caught up in maybe comparing yourself to somebody else or listening to somebody else's story without actually just saying, wait, how does this make me feel about me? Rather than saying, oh, hey, the last time I did it this way, it all fell apart or didn't go right or it didn't resonate. So assumptions and expectations, maybe it's time to just say, wait, to allow the fullness, the auspiciousness, the yumminess of what's possible. Because sometimes assumptions and expectations block us from receiving the fullness of what's possible from our core. So take another nice deep breath. I'm going to pull a tarot card and then I'll whoa, a whole bunch just fell on the floor. So the card, oh, this is a good one. They're always good. This is the 10 of Wands. Can you see that? 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands say it's time to put down the burden. And actually, now that I see that, it kind of makes me chuckle. Cards make us chuckle. If we are carrying a burden of expectations and assumptions, maybe it's time to stop feeling like, oh, I have to do it this way. I've always done it this way. Maybe it's time for a new way. And maybe, just maybe, that's the guidance that's been whispering underneath the surface, whispering from your heart. Time to put the burdens down. Give yourself some freedom. And when we put down, the heaviness or the struggle or the woulda, coulda, shouldas, then we can step forward with a lightness. And that's what I was saying about that we're halfway through 2026. Are you really allowing yourself to be guided by what do you want to be? What do you want to work on over the next 9-year cycle? If we're working on a 1 year, this is planting the seeds, this is getting projects and things started that we're going to work on and evolve. And I always think of that as an upward spiral. Calibrate to that. So now take a nice deep breath and let's see what 3 Healing with the Angels cards wants to come up to help us with this. OMG. This one comes up a lot. Interesting. First one, self-acceptance. You are in the right place at the right time. I am in the right place at the right time. Even if our chattering minds may have us believe something different, when we accept, we are powerful, we are guided, we are accessing our own inner power. And by accessing our inner power, we can get in touch with our inner child. How does that feel for you? Do you allow that guidance to show up for you? Do you talk gently, kindly, lovingly, compassionately to and about yourself? Back to that thing about how does this make me feel about me? If this makes me feel, obligated or less than or unworthy or not enough, then I'm not listening to my inner child. I'm not listening to the potency, the power that I can access when I accept all aspects of me. And maybe, just maybe, when we look over our shoulder and look at the past, can you look at the past without shaming, blaming, guilting yourself or others and just say, it's all been for my highest and best good. And if sometimes we can look at certain situations and think, well, I should have done something different. I should have said something different. Now, too, again, about that woulda, coulda, shoulda. We have always been doing the best we could with what we had, with what was in front of us. Maybe if we had the situation to do over, we might do things differently. But this is not a time to be carrying that baggage of that forward. Time to put it down. That's back to that 10 of Wands energy. Okay, beautiful friends. Like I said, if this is confusing to you or you're not quite sure about what your inner guidance is showing you or helping you navigate towards or even away from, reach out. Reach out for support. I also really feel that this is a really perfect time to start journaling, to just start paying attention to the inner dialogue, to the things that spark inspiration or creativity within you. We're all on track. Take a nice deep breath. I'm going to send you off into this auspicious week ahead, but before I do, I'm going to pull one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. And let's see what comes up for us to wrap this beautiful, auspicious month up. Oh, perfect. It's I am aligned. Isn't that perfect? That feels so in alignment with this micro full moon in the sign of Aquarius. You are aligned. We are aligned. Don't listen to the chatter and the critic in your mind. But let me read this out to you. When I am in alignment with the loving energy of the universe, I become an unstoppable force of graceful ease, joyful attraction, and accomplishment. Beautiful. That kind of gives me goosebumps. I wish you a superb week ahead. I will be back again with you for our next forecast next week into the month of August. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.